G all the
We
way.
will have
And
a
Team
special
Speedo,
Oh,
for
we
whoever's
can
fucking watching, Team Speedo all
Pal.
the way.
Pal,
No.
stop.
I am stopping. I am
Stop.
stopping.
No, listen, I love you, but stop.
Fucking orangutan.
Oi!
Oh.
Alright people, so I'm back again. I can't believe I'm making this video, and I can't believe I have to title the video the way I've titled it, because 2 to 3 weeks ago I thought we were done. I thought Pearl, made a mistake, got educated on why saying orangutan is a racially charged word, especially towards anybody of color. Then we got last night where, of course, Pearl said it again and called a group of people, not just one person, group of people, orangutans. Now, I can't and I won't make any excuses for Pearl. Like I've said about Pearl, I did appreciate her candor, the way how she reasons certain things, but there's no excuses. You can't say you were drunk. You can't say it's a word you use often, because at the end of the day, you were educated that is a word you should not be using, because it is full of energy. It's charged with a lot of things that is seen as racism, because, as I've said, I've experienced racism a lot of times in my life, sometimes on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. I am constantly being racially profiled, followed around in malls, even though I'm not doing anything. Yeah, just the other day, I'm being watched for some reason because I'm in a store. I can literally buy anything in the store, but because I'm a person of color, I'm a black man, I am being watched, I'm being looked at, I'm being followed around, and it's just not right. So let's get into this, see what Pearl has to say. The morning after the orangutan comment again.
And I've told you to say them words, and if I'm arguing with somebody, I'll still say them words. So what's the point to keep coming on that? On here, listen, a load of little snowflakes. You know I don't mean it in that way, but I will keep saying it, right? So whoever doesn't want to follow yours, just passes by, do whatever, right? Whoever doesn't want to associate with us, passes by. I am not going to change myself for nobody on this app. That's the way I talk. That's the way I think. And if I have an argument with somebody else, you know for a fact it'll come out my mouth. So I'm not going to keep on this app. Listen, that's absolutely fine. I'm not bothered. I'm not really bothered. If people doesn't know me on this app by now, they're never going to know us, right?
One thing I gotta say, I wonder how people like Miss Red's gonna react, Luke the Judge, Zach the Brat, etc, 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 because we've seen the fallout, right? We've seen the fallout with EQ and DG, and if you've noticed, EQ has been coming around the ladies that have an issue with Pearl, maybe because she also has an issue with Pearl by way of that Pearl is friends with DG and Luke the Judge and Miss Red, etc, etc, etc. What can I say about that? Nothing really. I mean, it's just how it is. But for Pearl to come on here and say it's just a word she uses over and over and over, here's the thing. There's words that I can use, but I'm not going to use them because I know they're racially charged, right? And out of respect of a person as myself, a person of sound mind, even if you're not of sound mind, which can be very complicated, but let's put that aside. I'm a person of sound mind. There's many words that I cannot use because they're used to describe people in a negative and racially charged way. I will never use them because I know it's wrong. So it could be her word to use about her kids. The first time that I made a video 2 to 3 weeks ago, I said I forgave Pearl, because I can see that out. I can see, okay, her kids, her grandkids have orange hair. I get it. But once people tell you, Pearl, please, you can't say that because it has racially charged undertones, you stop. You don't say it anymore. I wonder what the conversations are like off camera, behind the scenes, when these group of people talk to each other. Do they really speak like that? Because a few people are in the chat saying that this is how they actually speak. And you know what, judging from what I know, the years being online, that could actually be true.
And that's all that I'm saying. So, no, never mind. Wow, that's it. I say it, and I can't say, I might be a wrong and I might be a wrong. And that's the way I talk. I'm not coming on and apologising this morning. I've done it all before. So it's up to you, right? And if I argue with somebody again or get in a bad mood, I'll say it. I'll listen. That's just the way that I am. So, no, it can be shocking all you want. If you're not used to me, honour you by now, you're never going to get used to us. Whoever doesn't want to associate, don't associate, right? Listen, do you all go on like this when Evil Queen says something?
But a lot of people say a lot of things, but people are pointing out that you've been educated and you keep saying it. Even the Fact Freak had to condemn this. I saw on the Observer UK's YouTube channel. Shout outs to the Observer UK, by the way, for, you know, clipping this video, uploading it to her YouTube channel. Really do appreciate it. There is no out for this. There isn't. Like the first time, okay, you made a mistake. You do it the second time after being corrected, then what you're doing is you're forming a pattern. You're showing us who you truly are. As they say with alcohol, in vino veritas, in wine there is truth. Or how is the other saying? Sober thoughts or drunk words.
Just all go on, and where's the freedom of speech? If I had to tell everybody that that's the way that I say words, well, that's the way that I say words. It's not a deflection. I'm coming on telling you the truth. I'm not stopping saying it. I am not stopping saying it, right? It's not racist. So go and kiss. Freedom of speech, exactly, Tori, and freedom of speech. That's it. You stick the names in there. And it's up to yourselves, right? It's up to yourselves. I'll be discussing all I want. Go and tell the other people that's on the app that they're discussing. Right? Listen, simple as that. Can't do nothing about it. Either get used to it or don't. And that's just the way that it is.
Well, she's really just gonna say like that. Like, that's just the way it is. I use the word blah, 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 blah. You know, that's just the way it is. You can either leave or go. I wonder how this is gonna affect her in the long term. Because it's not just once, it's twice. And there's a lot of people who, as I said in my last video, I might have forgiven her, but as the way I look at it now, I just can't. And there's other people out there that won't forgive her, cannot forgive her because of just what they've been through, their lived experience of being a person of color that has to go through an almost daily racially charged environment. People get upset, people get angry because they're unfairly being discriminated against, and that is a build-up. And I have an understanding that there's people out there that have been through so much crap, so much shit in their lives, that they are just frustrated that somebody could just nonchalantly say this. Get educated about it. Say, okay, fine, yeah, I understand why this word is bad now. I can't say it to people of color or anybody for that matter. And then you come back on and say it again. This is why people are frustrated. This is why people didn't forgive her the first time. Some people said, hey, she's probably going to do it again. And she did it again.
That's just the way that it is. So it's entirely up to yourself. I'm not forcing nobody to sit and watch me. I'm not going to say sorry. Definitely not saying sorry, not for being me. I'm not saying sorry for being me. That's the words that I say. That's the way that it is. And that's the way that you'll find us on here. So I'll say whichever words I want. Do you think it's time to come off TikTok? Well, get yourself off then.
All right, so a lot of people have been calling for her to leave TikTok because she's now being painted as a racist, which, I mean, is pretty fair. Like I said, I have my own thoughts about Pearl, but at this point, this has become unforgivable. And to be so nonchalant and say it like this rather than apologizing, which a lot of people won't accept the apology because she would apologize first, and etc, etc, etc. There's a lot of layers and issues to this. Like I said, I'll see what happens in time with this whole situation. People, tell me your thoughts. I would like to hear from you because this, of course, is a sensitive subject, but there's many sensitive subjects out there that really do need to be brought to light, and this is just one of them. Like, racism shouldn't be kept in the dark, in my opinion. So I will bid you adieu. I will also put in what Pearl said last night at the end of this clip, because I will be putting it at the start of this video. And take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a great Sunday. Cheers.
G all the way. And Team Speedo, for whoever's fucking watching, Team Speedo all the way.
Pal, stop.
I am stopping. I am stopping.
No, listen, I love you, but stop.
Fucking orangutan.
Oi!
Oh, wow.